Good morning. Need to find the video. We have some important astrology going on that I'm going to talk about today. I might have a really fun feed too. Good morning. I have a real fun feed to do today. I just cannot even wait. I have to do like a practice speech on you guys that I'm going to do in my real video that might be a little awkward. So I'm kind of excited. We have really crazy astrology. I just put a post up and a lot of people are feeling the planets shifting in and out of retrograde in this full moon energy, but it's an important time for manifesting. I'm going to talk about how Sunday is the luckiest day of the year, but like every space storm's one and the same to me. They kind of go in these regular cycles, and it has a lot of the same energetic dynamics that we can use for our ascension. So we know that sorry, I had to fix my camera. We're almost like, we're pretty much in the peak of the storm right now, and we're going through these energy storms and the retrogrades and the full moon, and all the energy kind of combines and creates like this gateway or vortex for us to be using to be making shifts in timelines, manifesting, you name it. So I have so many people that are stuck in limited programming, like thinking negatively about outcomes and things that will happen and just continually creating it around me. And you know, I feel like sometimes I'm trying to give people like a pep talk, like, no, that's not going to happen. Stay focused on your best outcome and what you want to happen. So we're going through this purge cycle for the next year, and it makes it hard when we're trying to manifest and trying to purge at the same time. So a lot of people are feeling like all this stuff come up, emotions, past stuff, whatever it is that you're purging out. And so it can kind of get in the way of our manifesting. So if you guys are having ascension symptoms or having purge symptoms, make sure that you're staying on point with manifesting. I woke up, I'll wait till more people get out here to tell the story. I had a rough feed yesterday, like I'm doing my real feed and I got cut off real weird. Like my iPad died, which would never happen because, you know, I charge my devices. And so it was real weird. I get off of there. I had a barrage of comments on my video with people saying that I was on meth and drugs. Like my admins and me blocked like 10 accounts off of yesterday's video. And I'm not the only one that's happening to. It's happening way worse to the other admins that admin our friends group. And it's kind of over the top and childish to me. You guys know that's everything I'm against around here, right? My husband says they don't even have meth in the UK, and I can attest that it's like impossible to get weed on this island. Like the thing is that, you know, America's full of drugs. Maybe we can talk about it for a sec. Full of drugs. Yeah, the UK's making them and distributing them over there, so I doubt it. So I'm more concerned about the legal meth being prescribed to kids like Adderall and Ritalin and getting people off of the pharmaceuticals. If you know me, it was really over the top. So now I'm going to have to put a disclaimer out there, like just to let you know I'm not on meth or whatever. I have to video address it, right? It's just ludicrous. So I see that the storm is bringing about the normal dynamics. We're seeing a lot of like group drama behind the scenes, and it's just so childish and draining to me. I said, not today, Satan. I'm going to stay focused on my manifesting. It's a full moon. I woke up like, sorry, anything other than manifesting, I'm busy today. That should be the attitude that everyone's having. Because from now until Sunday, we're riding this energy wave. Sunday is the luckiest day of the entire year for manifesting. So you guys need to use it. You're using it regardless. Everyone is. Whether you're thinking good thoughts or negative thoughts, that's up to you, but you are using it, whether you're consciously aware of it or not. So I'm staying really focused. I'm trying to manifest my motherfucking fairy tale life over here, in case people didn't realize. So I just don't have time for the drama. I'm just real busy in my own life with my work and, you know, everything going on. Don't have time for it. So I'm going to do a real feed after this, like my usual hangout, have coffee, and then I'll do my real feed. It's going to be a really big feed. My channel was broken all week. So what that looked like for my viewers was my videos crashing, closing out, not loading for 5 hours after the fact, and my video views just plummeted from like Tuesday to the day before yesterday. They were down so low. So hopefully, I think Facebook fixed my channel, because yesterday my video views were back to normal. So I'm excited about that. Facebook keeps trying to take down my work. So I'm excited about that. I can do a real Space Storm feed, and usually I have a real big feed to do for the Space Storms. So we're talking about retrogrades. I put a nice little post up on my business page doing a breakdown of the astrology for the week. Neptune is going direct. This has been stopping the flow for Pisces. It could be affecting Scorpio and other water elements, right? So it's really going to affect our dream state. This is a dream state. This is a dream state too, just like our dreams. So it's going to be really pushing people back into reality. You could be having more, like last night I had the best dreams ever. I didn't even want to wake up. Like, sorry, I didn't want to come into work today, right? I was having like the best and real vivid dreams, good dream recall. I kept waking up and I could remember my dreams like the whole night. It was pretty awesome. So it's going to, you know, wake us up more in our dream state and in this dream state. So it's kind of pushing people back in that, welcome back to reality. Here's what's wrong with your life. Welcome to Mercury retrograde. Here's what is not working in your life. So if you see things you don't like, you're meant to change them. Cash flow will be moving again. I like that. I'm a Taurus. I'm Venus ruled. Your love life will go back into flow if you're in a relationship. So we have Venus, direct. I'm ruled by Venus. I'm all about manifesting hella cash, right? What do I talk about? Manifesting hella cash, love, manifesting love. It's all that there is. I just encourage everyone to manifest love around here. It's something you have to manifest. If you're reading the twin flame philosophies and thinking the universe is just going to send you this person in divine time, and you better get your manifesting game up. We need to manifest anything. We are manifesting every relationship we ever had. If you're not happy with yours or your past relationships, go back to the drawing board. We have a fresh slate right now. Someone put an awesome post up in my Reiki group. They said that they were letting go of some past shit because they realized that they had shifted into a different reality, and on this timeline, those people did not even exist. Yeah, stop focusing on the past. You guys have made so many shifts since your awakening. You're not even on the same timelines, and in this reality, those traumas never happened. Stop revisiting them. We have a blank slate, literally. So we need to manifest today. I don't over the drama in the lightworker communities. I don't care. It's like kindergarten. If people want to write that I'm on drugs on my video and blah, blah, blah. It's just so stupid to me. And they didn't call me the dark side. They said I was a real lightworker in their video of me. But they're calling like the lightworkers dark, attacking lightworkers. It's just insane because our admins are like, these are light workers, right? We think these are light workers around us in these spiritual communities that we're so involved in, and it's kind of disturbing to us. I see people healing that. I'm just appalled at. Use discernment with dealing with anyone in your life. It's no different than your personal relationships. You know, just use discernment with people. We need to start to read energy. That's why people don't understand me and the people around me, because I see energy. I see past that ego programming, and I read energy and soul levels and things like that. We need to see past those ego roles, those ego personas being presented, and just read energy, read people's vibration. You can tell by how someone makes you feel. I have encounters with people, very energy sensitive, that literally will make me feel sick after. If you ask my admins, we joke about it, where I might feel like I'm going to throw up after colliding with certain people or doing entity removals, things like that. That's a red flag. If someone's making you nauseous, third eye headaches, drained, that even if their words are uplifting, you might not want to hang around with them. Just use your discernment, because, you know, everyone's talking about love and light that I see attacking my admin friends. I said, but I don't get that vibe when they're coming to attack our pages for no reason, when we're just over here doing our missions and our videos, and I don't even know these people. I'm not getting love and light vibes. So there's a lot of love and light being talked about around here. Go for where you feel the love. People talk about love a lot, right? Go to the people that make you feel love. Reminds me of the narcissists. They're always talking about love, I bet. To go to the people that make you feel loved. Love is not something we're going to learn with spiritual philosophies. It is something that we embody. We need unconditional love for all life to enter the 5th dimension. That does not mean that I condone being around toxic people. You would not catch any of those people on my friend list. I don't have to be around people that are disrespectful to me or, treat me like shit. It's not going to happen. Use your discernment. But we need to embody unconditional love. We need to get past the judgments going on. I said, fuck the meth. If I drink a sports energy drink, a vitamin B energy drink on my feet, I get judged like every feed. So I would do it on purpose. When I was in Cali and fucking exhausted from working my ass off in serving humanity, I would on purpose, because it would trigger people so bad in the spiritual communities. I would have like the rock star for fun. And I would get so many judgments where I am more spiritual than you because you're drinking energy drinks. You're not spiritual. You're eating meat. You're not spiritual. You're drinking coffee. You can't be spiritual. You're smoking weed. Everyone is having their own spiritual experience here, whether they're aware of it or not. Every encounter you have is as spiritual as you can get. Every lesson you've ever had is spiritual too. So I think people are off the mark. There are many paths around here. Many paths. We need to step past the duality and the judgments with the storm. I see people, the light workers, labeling other light workers dark and light. And those are very dualistic ways of thinking. We need to kind of move past that. And this full moon has an emphasis on duality and moving past it, right? It's very Christian philosophy. You're dark, you're evil, you're good. Like, it's very kind of Christian-like, too. I'm done with that Christian programming. I was having a fun conversation. Since it's Christmas, we may as well start talking about Jesus, right? So I'm having this conversation with my husband, and I said, I don't know if Jesus was real or a made-up story. How would I know? I said, but the story is just like planting people with fear about the police. I'm pretty sure in the story, the elite won and killed him and crucified him. Like, it's just fear. It's all fear. It's like, I don't even know. There's a lot of people here that are doing this ascension path around us now that are ascended masters. That would be a, example of an ascended master. What do you think we are? In that story, Jesus was 4th dimensional. We're coming from a 6th dimensional plane to do this. Like, so it kind of puts things in perspective, too. You guys need to remember that. We are those 144,000 ascended master light workers that are going to shift this planet. Every person that is awake right now, there's a reason why we're awake and the rest of humanity is still asleep. We need to get in touch with who we are and what our abilities are to do this. So you guys should be getting more clarity. As Neptune moves direct, it will enhance everyone's psychic perspective. People can go back to being more tuned in, psychic, cool dreams, prophetic visions, cool dreams, things like that. You guys should be feeling deja vu more. A sense we've already experienced all of this. What else is happening? I'm trying to think astrologically. We're going to move into Sagittarius. I saw some fun Sagittarius memes I was going to give Holly yesterday on Instagram. Right? We're moving into Sagittarius. It's fire. The planet is burning down. In case people didn't notice, it's been burning down in purge cycles for a while now. As long as I was doing the end time news, we could kind of track it. And we could tell with the energy storms what was coming, earthquake and fire-wise. And it got really easy to predict. So we see the earth is going through some major changes right now. I saw horrific videos of California on fire. That means that we need to stay balanced. More water. We're going into the fire, like Holly, right? She probably needs a lot of salt baths. We need more water. If you're a Leo or a fire sign like Sagittarius or Aries, you need a lot of water to balance out your energy. Like more like lakes, ponds, rivers, oceans, baths. More water to stay balanced with this fire energy. It's kind of a hard energy to vibe with. I'm pretty good with any element because I'm earth, but fire can be hard to vibe with, but it's really good for creating. It's really a creative energy out of all of them. Like water is very emotional and intuitive. Fire is all about action and creation. I've usually found it hard for fire signs to carry through with their ideas, where they have the best ideas and then they just usually don't do them. But, it's all about carrying through with the ideas that you're getting too. More water if you're a fire sign. I tend to draw certain signs to me too. I tend to draw certain signs to me with my elements. And I'm just going to put it out there. I think I need a warning label for my personal page when I get unbanned. I'm just going to put it out there. I have quadruple Taurus in my chart. I have Aries ascending, some Scorpio, and then my soul path is to be a Leo in there. So I have a very strong mix of signs. I only take so much bullshit before I go off like a grenade around here. So, I'm going to put like a warning label on my page when I get back. Just seriously, for not manifesting out of my lane. So, we're going to focus on manifesting today. I was playing Fairy Princess with an attitude yesterday, so it's perfect timing for people to come collide with me because I really didn't care. I'm like running around in my tutu, doing my office work like I really did not even care. Nothing is going to kill my vibe. Nothing's killing my vibe or my music. I'm having weird sound disturbances. Something fell off the wall. I was trying to assess if it was the ghost or if it was just shitty construction. I'm gonna ask my husband when he gets home. I was trying to assess the situation. I was noticing more paranormal activity. People just say it's retrograde and it's bad for electronics, right? Maybe it's just more increase in paranormal activity around here too. We could think of it like that. I'm thinking it's an increase in paranormal activity and less to do with Mercury retrograde being bad for electronics. Mercury is messenger of the gods and the underworld. So it's really good for accessing and contacting the other realm. I see people posting posts a lot about missing their family members. When you guys are feeling like that, your ancestors or your family members are thinking of you from the other realm. That's why you're feeling them and connecting to them. So you're getting a lot of messages from the other realms right now. There's an emphasis on letting go of these past experiences with a new perspective. I always say be careful revisiting any past traumas. It will release stress enzymes in your blood, toxins as well from that experience. It's like recreating it. So if we're purging, we need to be really careful that we're not viewing past traumas and recreating them, right? People tend to be recreating a lot of the same traumas again and again, or bad relationship patterns or whatever it is. We need to just be really focused on the outcomes that we want right now. So be thinking you just got £1 million in your bank account. What would your dream life look like? And just daydream about that until Sunday. And I'm telling you, you will land on those probabilities. People always try to just win the lottery and they never have a plan of what they would do with the money anyway. So they don't win it. They don't need the money. Put out $1 million manifestations, £1 million manifestations if you're in the UK. And the universe will make you win the lotto because you're going to need that money to do those creations. So we kind of get messed up with our manifesting. Start to put out £1 million creation ideas on every level. We're here to create a new earth, a new civilization. This is not working out. So people are just really comfortable in their version of reality, and we're really letting the fact that we don't have the £1 million to rebuild civilization affect us. We need to get past that point. So stay really focused on manifesting. The drama is like level 500 around our other group areas, not mine, thank God. But on my business page, around other group areas, I'm seeing it, and we just see it every storm, but like it's kind of an increase this one. But we just say the wackadoodles come out, the crazy people come out during the space storms. Like we have one on Gail's post saying that we were on a Save the Turkey crusade yesterday, and that this stuff does not belong in a 420 group. This does not belong in a 420 group. And I'm just going to say I'm a little disappointed that the Cop Lives Matter campaign got so many million likes and the turkeys got like 2 likes. I'm a little disappointed that Blue Lives Matter gets so much attention and we can't save a couple turkeys around here, but hopefully we planted some seeds for next Thanksgiving. Blue Lives Matter. Government Lives Matter. The wackadoodles come out. Just avoid it. I told Brittany, can you please put a vortex around my videos? I'm doing like I was serious. We're gonna use our own magic. Then I went level 500 already this morning. Someone coming and, oh, this person wants you to, one of our admins, to remove a spell that they cast on someone to make this girl fall in love with them, and now they're sick of her and that they can't get her away from them. You cannot cast spells or magic on people without them being consciously aware and consenting to it. That is black magic. Yes, when you interfere with free will. And there's probably nothing that pisses me off more than people interfering with our free will around here. Like, you guys know I'm always teaching about it. I'm trying to tell you guys how to take control of your free will and things like that. So, you know, Reiki can be bad. People are always saying it's satanic. Maybe that's what they mean, right? If you're using magic to interfere with another without their awareness or their consent, that is black magic. It doesn't matter if the intent is to make them love you or whatever it is. It doesn't matter. No black magic. I saw this, my husband was watching this show, but I didn't watch, but I saw like 2 seconds of it last night. And it was about some witches, and she's like, I only get power, I can only do this spell to heal someone if I take someone else's life force energy. And I'm like, watching this show, I saw like 5 minutes of it. I'm sitting there like, yeah, I know, those are the witches around us that are saying they're healers, I think. I think those are the ones in our groups, I swear. So, protect your life force energy. Be careful who you give access to it. What's the best way for someone to access you? They could say they're going to heal you. That's giving them complete access to your energy. They could have sex with you. That's like a huge one around here. That all you have to do is sleep with someone and you're giving them complete access to your body, your genetics, your DNA, and your life force energy. That's why some relationships tend to deplete us. Us allowing people to control us. I saw the funniest video. I put it in the admin chat. It's this little kid, and it was probably his grandfather, and he was like making him work, like pick up logs and move them, but the whole time he was like standing over his shoulder telling him he was doing a shitty job. And this little kid was probably 8 years old, and he fucking snapped and kicked him in the balls and told him to fuck off and to do his own garden work. And I was like, classic indigo. Classic indigo. Classic indigo, right? Indigos don't like when people take their power through control dramas. The third dimension is all control dramas. It could be your employer, your parents, your friends. It's all about control, I swear, on some level. That's how people feel good. We need to step away from any control dramas. They're very draining to an indigo. We know that we're all equal and that the government has no power here. They have no spiritual power, and that they actually are, you know, lower in the hierarchy than us. They shouldn't be ordering us around either. I was one of those kids like tomorrow. We didn't like being told what to do by asshole teachers in high school. Right? Indigo traits. So we need to let go of the control dramas. They're very draining for starseeds. Very draining. It's the way that our energy is taken when we allow others to control us. I see a lot of that happen through relationships mainly. Like I said, whether it's family or personal dating or whatever. Yeah, a lot of jobs can be draining like that. It's like, it's not bad enough they're taking all your energy and not paying you, but on top of it, they want to, like, you know, do their little control drama thing. Like, if you call in sick, it's the end of the world. Like, right? Control dramas. Like, anything. Little stupid control dramas. Yes. No free will violations around here. I'm psycho today. I'm busy manifesting, or I will make an Anon clip fast. I'm busy, though. So I'm too busy. No black magic around here, please. Please. Yes, we cannot interfere with others' lessons. It's not good. It's really not good. Even in trying to do it in a good way, like when I was a real empathic and I hadn't mastered my abilities, I would feel real bad for people when they would play the victim. And that's like a red flag of energies right there. That's the worst thing to do, right? And I would always try to help and insert myself, and I would probably make it worse, or just make my life worse, make them better, make my life worse, right? After allowing that into my reality, whatever it was. So, you know, we are here to learn non-interference, too, that we can only lead by example, and that everyone has to do this work themselves. It's a big part of it. When we get involved in other people's lessons, it just makes it worse. Look at me and the other admin drama that I tried to help with. So, there's a lot of drama coming up for not just like our groups, like I'm ranting about just to purge it out, but there's more drama coming out because we had Thanksgiving and a lot of people went to their sleeping family's house. A lot of people just had enlightened Thanksgiving, maybe for the first time. Whatever it was. My Reiki student said I think I was making my family uncomfortable. I don't know if it was because I'm vegetarian now. I said, no, it's your energy. It's not that. It's your energy. That as you're raising up and elevating, that you're going to fall out of frequency with the people that aren't doing the same work. So you're just going to, it's like we're radio receivers. They can't hear your channel. Sorry, they're not on your station. So a lot of people just got to get a big test being around sleeping family members that trigger them. Hi, Edward. Raising above the negativity and manifesting today. I'm on a manifesting mission. I was late because I went to look for my necklace I always wear, and I had it charging in my pyramid and it's gone. And I if you know me, I level crazy, searched the whole house for it, can't find it. I had to ask my husband, but I don't know if the fairies hid it because I had it charging in there last night. It was just laying in there, nothing else in there. So I'm going to go on a necklace hunt. Your folks did vegan for you. Well, I mean, I came to the United Kingdom, and the second that I came to this house, before I even came to this house, I went to my husband's mother's house, and she put on extra roast for me. They're into the Sunday dinners with roast and stuff, and I had to be like, oh, I'm sorry. I'm vegetarian. And, now I just eat vegetables every week, so it's not that big of a deal to eat other things other than meat around here. It really isn't. In California, everyone's vegan and vegetarian and open to that kind of stuff, so there's just, different kind of food choices, too, around there. It's just real different. The world I'm coming from, right? I'm coming from, weed central, legal weed everywhere, vegetarian, vegan food everywhere, people into consciousness, people that were at least through the education system taught more about consciousness. I think the fairies, for sure, did something. I'm going to sound level crazy when P comes home. And I'm like, did you see my necklace? And he's going to be like, I don't know. And I looked everywhere. I had it charging. I needed it. So I'm in the shower, and I have my big malachite in there. It's a big rock, and I just kind of leave it laying around, usually by my shower. So the best thing I could have done this morning was I like to do energy exchanges with my crystals, especially the bigger ones. So, I just was holding on to it with both hands and did a nice little energy exchange, because that malachite is powerful. It will really, strip away any negativity, help reset your frequency. It's really good for your heart chakra. It's, the perfect healer stone. I'm always really attracted to green crystals, because I'm going to be infinitely working on my heart chakra here. And I'm getting high as fuck on weed today. I said it's Friday. Someone needs to tell me how the Friday movie line goes, because I forget. I said it's Friday. I ain't got no job. Right? I forget the rest. And then my husband's like, what do you mean you don't have a job? I'm like, I don't after yesterday. It's Friday. I said, I was doing some healing this morning, and I'm talking to the kid. It is Friday, okay? We have crazy energy. It's the weekend. We have a full moon tonight. Planets moving in and out of retrograde, creating an energy vortex. And the luckiest day of the entire year for manifesting is Sunday. I'm on point. I'm ready. I'm recharged. I've been taking a lot of time off this month. I'm taking more time off to enjoy being married and trying to work at that. So I'm so excited. We are manifesting on all new levels. I'm going to disappear. I'll be here blocking negativity if that comes to my business page. Don't worry. I was here blocking all day. The crack and meth comments on my feed. But I'll be here. But I'm going to be more off-grid, and I can't wait. I'm so excited. It's the weekend. It's Friday. I just got to do this video. My next video hopefully goes better than yesterday. And I'm excited. So I said I'm smoking a hell of weed over here. If people want to judge me, it's cool. Yeah, it's Friday, you ain't got no job and nothing to do. You're gonna get high as fuck today. So, perfect, right? Good morning, Jeffrey. Yeah, amazing. We're gonna bring up these vibes and stay focused on manifesting. I feel like I had to give people pep talks. This lady is going to court on Monday, and she has every awful outcome in her mind, and I had to tell her, no, you're gonna do this. Stay positive. It's why you're colliding with me now, so I can remind you, little pep talk. This is your pep talk. You guys better stay focused on manifesting and creating what you want, because there are forces that would love to shut down everything we're doing on this planet and keep the old running just like they have for eons, as they say. And so, we do have some opposition. Elevate past it. Seriously, just stay focused on manifesting. If your family members or ex-boyfriends are coming to you with drama, or old friends, release them and move on your path. Don't get hung up on it. I know, it said it's Friday. It's Friday. Alright, I got everything I need. Wait, Pete, have you seen my necklace? Have you seen my necklace? It was in the pyramid charging last time I saw it. Can you bring it to me? I looked for it for like an hour. Told you a fairy hid it. I was looking for it for like an hour. So if you guys have Ascension questions and answers, what's going on in your world? What are you manifesting? I want to know what you're working on creating so I can send you guys manifesting energy to make it happen. It's really powerful when you're working on something yourself, but it's even more powerful when we can come together in numbers and manifest something. It just happens like that. Like anytime I have something crazy or impossible to manifest, I get on video and do it. And it works so crazy, so over the top, so fast in like a minute. So we are instant manifesting. What's going on in your world? Yes, I'm reading the comments. Manifest. Someone, so I put this post up too on Vanquished to Instagram. It doesn't work the same on Mike's account. So I'm on Instagram, which I hate. And I put up like funny crystal posts I put in the Reiki group, and someone says, I went to Amazon and I found this same amethyst in the picture. Found the same amethyst in the meme. I was like, perfect, nice work. We are instant manifesting right now. Anything you want. So a lot of people are going to feel this moon energy and feel anxiety. It can bring out anxiety. It can bring out traumas, old programming, any emotional debris that you're holding on to. And this is an emotion, even though we're moving into fire, this is a very emotional storm that we're going through this storm. There's a lot of emotions flying around. Not everyone's at the same level of conscious awareness experiencing this. So we kind of have a lot of dynamics at play happening right now. So the people that are thinking negative thoughts, they're going to continue to create those things. It's really important we get mastery over the mind. Like if you look at I always throw this in there, any kind of martial arts, right? The samurais, things like that, they had mastery over their minds so that they could attain physical greatness. It takes work to reprogram. There's a lot of negative things happening. Turn on the news. There's always a lot of negative things happening in the same place. Anything beautiful and amazing you can imagine is happening here. Yeah, there's negative anything you can imagine. It's a dream state. Anything you can dream up or think of is going to be real here. So, you know, we're doing this ascension in the same place as people are descending and falling, having their little ego falls. And there's a lot of destruction around creative energy. Hi, Dale. I'm manifesting Stonehenge with Dale. I couldn't find him there. It was pouring. First off, I had like the blanket. I was like hidden anyway. No one could find me. I was freezing. So I'm manifesting Stonehenge with my soul group. A lot of people just think I'm nuts putting this stuff out there. I would be there today if the rocks were open. So, you know, it's when they open them up for access. I'm going in the spring and the summer, and I'm going to do a real live feed there. It was raining last time, and I couldn't really do any video or pictures. It was really hard. It was like freezing rain. So I'm going back there, and I'm really excited about that. I'm trying to heal my inner child. A lot of you guys know I'm into inner child healing. So I'm running around in fairy clothes. Do things that a kid would like in your life, right? We're always doing these serious adult things. We need to be having more fun to see the world as a kid would, right? Before children are indoctrinated, they don't have judgments, right? They're just like an empty vessel. They don't have all these judgments and ego programming and things like that. They're more apt to run around and have fun and enjoy the experience. We need to get back to the now. So if you want to heal childhood trauma, instead of revisiting them, I had to do these videos for Angela too because she's working on this. And I've healed a lot of crazy stuff. So if you're working on, you had a bad childhood or you had trauma, let it go. Don't even think about it. Do more fun things like painting, playing with crystals, grids, getting outside, running around. Things a child would do that you would never do. That will be very healing for your inner child. So we're going to step away from our past, hopefully with this energy. It's supposed to be bringing us more closure, completing contracts that we previously had unfinished. And we're just doing these things with ourselves. I say the best karma cleanse to do. It's like my number one, right? Covers everything. I made it up. The best karma cleanse to do, I always say, is just to make the universe aware. I like to say things out loud too, because we have a lot of thoughts and we get jumbled up. So when you're talking to your angels or higher self, sometimes it's good to talk to them out loud. And I just make it clear that I forgive anyone I ever learned with, right? You can do it for your past lives too. You can just be like, I forgive everyone I ever learned with, this life or my past lives. I forgive myself too, because you know sometimes these experiences weren't the best, they weren't fun, they weren't great for anyone, right? So you forgive yourself and everyone you ever learned with, and you're ready to move forward to new lessons. That's the best karma cleanse you can do right there. It will pretty much clear any karma that you may have left, and mean it. Like seriously, see the big picture. We have great lessons and great experiences. How come we hang on to the bad ones so much? How come we're not remembering like that vacation when you were 10, or like that, you know, lake you used to swim in when you were a kid, or whatever it was? Why does everyone hang on to the negative stuff when we have so many memories to pick from? So more releasing of this stuff. Don't revisit it. If you had abuse as a child and you think about it, it will release the same chemicals you felt experiencing it, right? That same terror, trauma, fear, whatever it was. But you're also putting it into your subconscious, and you have a chance you could be recreating these kind of things. So we have to really just let go of it. We have a blank slate completely. You get a blank slate when you wake up, and you're getting a million after that. You get a whole new, free from karma, blank slate. Doesn't matter what you did in your life, what you experienced. Those lessons are not you. They were when you're asleep. You don't even have as much conscious control over your lessons and experiences as you would like to believe. That happens after your awakening, when we become conscious co-creators on whatever level too. So people don't understand that, and they're so hung up on everything they had to experience. That was just shaping you into the person that you became, so you could have your awakening and join in the fun with creating. So it's very important to understand we're awake, so we're creating. The sleepers are not. They're not connected to these consciousness grids. They're not creating the new earth. So it's important to remember that too, in letting go of this stuff. I have very interesting talks with my galactic team at times about my mission, right? I have all sorts of interesting talks with my galactic team. It's something I download a lot. It's pretty one-sided, I just download, but at times I have had talks with other people's higher selves, which have been quite effective, because a lot of people are stuck in ego programming here. They're cut off from their higher selves, right? Completely where we're at with humanity. I've had chats with other people's higher selves that were really, really effective. If you're having relationship problems, I always say go to the other person's higher self. If you're having disagreements or not being able to reach someone, it could be a sleeping family member, right? Have a chat with their higher self too. The higher self is the one outside of space and outside of time, right? People think of it as this future version of yourself. That is true if you're a sleeper. If you're a light worker, you came from that 6-dimensional place. You came from that ascended state. So that's yourself outside of time. Everyone has one. Even the sleeping people in this matrix, that is the self, version of self, that programs every experience people will have in this matrix. So, you know, you can get really far talking to other people's higher selves that will not listen to you, are sleeping, non-compliant. Non-compliance is a big one for me, not complying with me. I go to their higher self. I've done it for a kid, and you wouldn't believe the results I got. I was like, this child's guides and angels and galactic team need to be giving him better intuition and leading him better so that he's not colliding with my mission and doing what he's supposed to. And you wouldn't believe it. It was like I got a different kid back the next day. It was like Mandela effect kid, I swear. It was insane. So if you're having problems with your children, and they're not complying with you, not listening, not following protocol with you, talk to their higher selves too. It's the best way. I'm reading these. Yes, talk to the people's higher selves. We need to become multidimensional. We need to realize we're multidimensional at every level. That's my problem. A lot of times I would prefer to stay in the higher dimensional energies than be here in the 3D construct. That, you know, I would rather just be out in my mind floating somewhere most of the time if I have my way, right? So a lot of times we are tuned into the spiritual around us, and we need to learn how to integrate that with the 3D version of reality happening around us too, on a lot of levels. I noticed a lot of people like that, where they have a hard time going into the Matrix and doing prison planet jobs and, you know, complying with the 3D world, because we just feel very advanced and spiritual for these kind of little money games and what's happening here. Extortion for minimal money. Human labor needed, right? We're just kind of like... Oh, I'm sending lots of love. I'm taking my time on this feed because I'm not, like, really thrilled to do my real feed after yesterday. I just was like, oh my god, the universe has my back. Shut down my feed. Perfect timing. Like, you wouldn't even believe how the universe has my back with my mission. When you're living in alignment with divine will, the entire universe will be aligned with what you're doing. It's always mind-blowing to me. Like, I have no idea what's going on around me, right? It's okay, the universe does and just completely has my back. Videos crashed, iPad dies when the battery's full, right? Has my back. A lot of times we don't realize when we're getting blocked that the universe is just protecting us and guiding us. So many people are trying to push past those blocks, like that Michael kid, he's getting blocked right now. He doesn't realize the universe is helping him dodge a bullet. And that a lot of times when we're getting blocked, that is not the path for us. So we can do what we want with our free will, but the universe has supreme control here and will guide us to where we're meant to be on every level. Don't try to, I would do that when I was asleep. I would get blocked and I would put up a fight, right? To try to get through that block, right? And it wasn't meant to be. I wouldn't understand that sleeping. So I would make things a lot harder for myself too. That we only suffer when we're attached to an outcome that's not meant for us on whatever level. So the universe has your back doing these missions. It's kind of concerning to me because I'm trying to encourage people to get on live feed and people see stuff like that happen with me, right? And then they see like the stuff that could go with it. When you're opening up, that's our problem. We learned how to stay hidden and not to speak to people around us because it keeps us safe. We're protected. No one will ever see us, right? We can stay hidden in these ego roles. No one will know who we are. And the problem is that we need to open up and connect because our truth is so powerful that it brought all of you to me. That's how you guys found me, was I just was speaking my truth here. And it's so powerful. The vibrations led us together. So we need to open up more. It's so awful. And I'm like, oh, go do videos, right? I'm telling Allison and my mins, go do videos. And they're watching me and they're like, I think I'll hold off on the videos. But we really need to all start to speak and post and things like that. I know. I see why no one wants to do videos around here. I said it's always good to get new fans, but seriously. Holly, how are your videos doing? You're going to be in your element. You can't move in this water. If you're a fire sign, you're not going to be able to move in this water energy with this emotional energy coming out and stuff like that. So if you're a fire sign, you're going to be on fire. As soon as we shift into Sag this weekend or whatever, you'll feel better after the moon. I haven't seen Mike. He's probably dead from, I said, did you die from retrograde? But he's a Pisces. I know he'll start to flow again in like 2 days. So if you're a Pisces, hang tight. You'll be flowing after the moon too. Same with the earth signs that are Venus ruled. You'll start to flow and have more clarity after this moon. Everyone will be able to move again after this. Retrogrades have this weird, like, move the energy backwards type of energy. So what it does is it creates it feels like the energy is like completely still, like not moving right now. But like if you look around at everything happening, you can see it's moving on all new levels. But a lot of times it feels like it's not flowing. Yes, Bo, I see you putting videos up. I approve them all fast as fuck, and I've been hitting the button for you guys. So if I know you and you post in these groups, I pre-approve you, so all your stuff goes up. And you don't have to wait for a mins, even though we're always around. We get our posts up real fast in our groups. Yes, you need to talk more. It doesn't help if just I am. Everyone needs to speak up while we still can. I think I'm joking. In the UK, you can't talk about anything. It's illegal to talk about certain political events that are going on. You will be jailed. We see it. We saw someone who does live videos, and they put them in a fucking like mental hospital type of place and sectioned them to shut them down. They were like exposing, you know, the same stuff we talk about. Maybe a little more like, you know, name the names of corrupt politicians and things like that. They're like really well known for doing live feeds. So the UK, you are losing your right to speak. You've seen it with Tommy Robinson doing live feeds, right? These are just people doing live feeds, just like people are starting to do all over the world, right? People are waking up and getting on video and talking and trying to help, right? So, you know, that's why people have this fear of it. Me and Allie say that only happens because I'm putting myself out there, right? I'm talking about personal things. I'm putting my whole life out there on feed. That's why that kind of stuff happens, I feel. Push past that fear. It's worth it. It is. I wouldn't even still be doing this if it wasn't worth it, and for the positive ripple effects that one person, myself, can make to getting on feed. That I see it, where I'm helping heal people, change people, they're becoming more positive, just kind of doing the stuff I talk about, and it's helping and creating these ripple effects. So they always have taught you that you can't make any change here by yourself. You really can. We can put out better energy and create better ripple effects around here. Now, I put up a channel in this morning, my usual article, and I was talking about these consciousness grids, because I really need to get focused on my writing. I just hate writing. I just hate it. But I need to get more focused with it. So things I'm working on over here with reassembling my mission. So we need to understand that this main consciousness grid has been hijacked. It is why I am in England right now. No other reason. I'm a grid worker. You guys are too, whether you're aware of it or not. It's what we do. So this consciousness grid is being hijacked in a lot of ways. You can see they're using all sorts of events. Think 9/11. What do you think that does to the grid on a manifesting type of day? What do you think that energy does, right? What do you think setting up elite structures right on the heart chakra ley lines has done? Because every person in this country has like a blocked heart chakra, and it doesn't even compute because they're on like the heart chakra frequency of the planet. Their heart chakra should be amazing here. So we see for very real, I saw in California where they had hijacked areas of the grid using chemtrails, and that they were spraying chemicals into certain areas of the energy with the earth to change it and things like that. So we see that the main consciousness grid has been hijacked with a lot of fear. Mainstream media, another tool to hack that grid. All they have to do is put out their fear drama all over the news, right? And they can reach the masses, things like that. They've really infiltrated that ley line energy for a very long time. I know we have little understanding of that energy, but in ancient times, they had a lot of understanding of it. If you look at the pyramids, those were energy generators. If you look at monuments like Stonehenge, you know, a lot of these ancient places were a lot more technologically advanced than we were, and things like that. So it has brought me to the UK, the ley lines. It's very important to understand that once you wake up and you begin to change your energy, you're being reconnected to new grids that are being made. That is where we come into the picture, that we are new fractals on that grid. So you can look at the old one, you can look at like Stonehenge, the pyramids and structures around the world as the fractal points on that grid. Well, we have become new fractal points on our own grids here, and we're now uplifting humanity through these grids. These grids are very important because your energy is being distributed through them. It is how you're receiving universal divine energy as well, that a lot of times we're having energy sent out through these grids that are connecting us all so much. So we're creating our own grids. It's never been more important that we just vibrate as high as we can every single day, especially during the space storms, that we need to lift these grids up. And everyone is needed for that. That is a light worker, awake, a starseed, whatever it is. So you guys are always, I could say stationed. I suck at channeling when I'm not feeling like it, right? You guys are always stationed in the perfect area. Like, you guys are always, as light workers, put wherever you need to be. These ley lines, like I said, are very complex. They're reaching out globally. They're all over the place. It doesn't matter if you're living in Kansas, New York, where you're at. You're in the perfect area for that structure on the grid. Wherever you are, wherever you've ever been, your entire existence on this planet. So we need to get rid of, the dead weight, shitty relationships, number one. I'm sick of the empaths crying over it and getting a narcissist again. Take a break. Take a break from dating and heal. And then you get your love story. So a lot of people are always, looking for another person as soon as they got out of a relationship. If you have had a breakup with someone, your body is going to go through a physical detox period for 6 months. Swear to God, if you've been having sex with someone, it could have even maybe like been a one-night stand, that your energy is permanently altered and it goes through this purge kind of detox to get back to your original vibration in whatever sense. So Be more careful about who people are sleeping with, dating, manifesting. We manifest every encounter. There's a big emphasis on reprogramming ourselves subconsciously, because if you're going through this matrix reality, you know, you're going to draw those bad relationships, bad experiences to you with the programming we got. So we need to reprogram. We have to do our part. We need to stay positive, stay high vibe, and only focus on what we ever want. Like, I always tell you guys, I've seen like so many miracles this year just with my mission that are past my human comprehension. You know, to even conceive would be possible. I've seen a lot of crazy stuff this year in particular, and I always knew that when I was facing some of these impossible for me to move mountains, obstacles, mission objectives, call it what you want, I had to just do my part always. That I just had to stay high vibration and stay just positive that it's going to happen. Because I can self-sabotage myself if I think it's not going to happen and create it. I need to be really careful as one of the manifestors here, and so does everyone that is awake. Like, everyone that's awake is connected to these grids and creating the new earth, whether we're aware of it or not. So we need to get a grip on the mental aspect with this Gemini full moon. It's all about thinking. It's all about ideas. More healing. Our bodies are sacred sites for sure. Like, right, antennas, built-in time travel, our human bodies. I know people are like, I've ascended, my chakras are open. I don't think people are capable of where our bodies are headed doing this ascension process at all. Because we're in the early stages of it. So I know a lot of people think that we have arrived and this is just, you know, the fifth dimensional body will be it. I don't know, I see us keep continually evolving, and that our bodies are insane what they're capable of. So our bodies are completely hooked up with the earth. You can look at the earth as the macrocosm of your microcosm, that you're like a cell in the earth, but it's one and the same with you. You are, you know, inside of yourself in the earth having this experience. Whatever's going on with the earth is going to go on with your body. Whatever's going on with your body is going to go on with the earth. So we're very hooked up to the earth. When the earth's frequencies rise, like when things happen with the Schumann resonance, it affects our heart rates, our brain states, everything. Our brains are wired to the earth. So are our heart chakras. So, more what you're manifesting. I'm trying to put some moon posts up. More just anything. Like, just start to think about your dream life. And the thing is that we think about money first and then what we want to do. Get rid of that. Think you got $1 million lotto win. Start to put out those ideas, because then that's how we're going to attract that $1 million lotto win. We got to put out the $1 million ideas first. We need some $1 million ideas going out around here for sure. It's freezing here. It's freezing. I don't know if I see sun. It's just, I'm resolved to it till summer. I'm resolved to it. If you guys are having sun where you live, it could happen. If you guys have any sun where you live, go play aura pictures. Your energy is changing every single day. Your energy is powerful. Anything you're thinking about is going to affect the entire quantum field. It doesn't matter that I'm across the world from a lot of you guys. My energy is impacting you. With quantum physics, there's no distance. So that's how you can send Reiki like across the planet, right? It doesn't matter where you're at. Our thoughts are affecting that quantum field, that field out there, that continuum, whatever you want to call it. Better thoughts. If you guys are having better dreams, good. That's a sign that you're progressing well with your subconscious programming, right? If you're having nightmares, a lot of people go fight in wars and they get PTSD and start having nightmares. So that's a red flag for subconscious programming issues or subconscious issues, and those are going to affect your reality. If you're having nightmares, you're probably going to bring those into your reality. So if you guys are having better dreams, that's a good sign that you guys are doing good, reprogramming your subconscious for better experiences. The moon's crazy. I think they already had it in Australia. I'm going to summon Lisa to my feed and she'll tell us. I'm kind of taking my time because, you know, I had like calling me like a meth head all over my video yesterday, comments and crazy stuff. And so I'm just kind of taking my time going to do my real feed. I'm just like taking my time. I think I'll take my time today. I took my time yesterday too, I knew. That's why I had to have the necklace on both days, I know. So I'm working on being more creative. We need to unplug and get creative with whatever we're doing. Literally, I see the lettuce, the lettuce outbreak memes all over my feed again. Poisonous lettuce, toxic lettuce. I think that's just how all the food is. They're just trying to like freak people out to go get their flu shot probably. So people are becoming aware that our food has issues. It's a good thing, I guess. You should do an interview with me, Bo. I'm banned. Do you have a YouTube channel we can do it on? I said, incentives to feed with me. I'll probably get you a lot of new views on your YouTube channel. I'm Facebook banned, so I can't Facebook stream with anyone right now. I have to stay quarantined. It's less about the ban, more about quarantining me with weird wackadoodles around us. I'm quarantined. My energy's in a safe zone. But I would love to do like YouTube videos with any of you guys that are trying to like start it out, you know, just having a chat about pretty much anything. I got one planned out too. I got a Law 1K to go feed with me. I was trying to watch his videos last night because I'm not sure where his accent's from. It might be the UK. And so I think that's why I have to do it, right? Because I'm supposed to I'm supposed to know how to speak UK now. So I was watching his videos so I could get his accent down so that I don't do a feed with him and not be able to understand him last night. And he was talking, I put the video on my Reiki wall, the one I saw, he was talking about mental health and extraterrestrials because he's into the channeled work, the Law of One. And, you know, he was talking a lot about how you are not your mind, you are your soul. And how, you know, we think that we are our thoughts, like literally, that you are the soul. That's why sometimes you have thoughts that you don't even resonate with. Like, that's not me. Like, where's that thought coming from, right? So I really liked his video. I did watch one. I'm excited about that. Bo is going to make a YouTube channel. We just need to get out there and just do it. Why not make a YouTube channel? I have a YouTube channel, but I just put like my live feeds on it from Facebook mostly. I need to work on it more. So, things I'm manifesting. Yes, we're practicing awakening in the dream state. So you guys are becoming more lucid in your dream state when you're sleeping. So we're really practicing doing that in the dream state to become more lucid here too. You can look at, I like when they say our dreams are like a parallel reality. We spend a third of our life sleeping. I always feel like it's like we're in Earth school here, like sending a kid to school 9 to 5, that we go to school here 9 to 5 and we go home to our real home, the dream state, when we're sleeping or whatever. I always look at it like that in my own reality. We spend a lot of time there. How can you remember your dreams? I have selenite all around my bed. I like to recharge it at times too, maybe like throw it in the pyramid. I'll probably do that today with the moon. And I have big sticks like all under my bed too. I have a lot of selenite by my bed, but you can use any kind of clear crystals like quartz or something like that. Clear crystals are really good for memory and dream recall, and you can program them any way you want. So just put them around your bed with the intent to bring back your dream memories. And it will really, really help though. It'll also, I like to sleep with a lot of crystals around where I sleep too, because, you know, you could have astral issues. I've had my fair share throughout my life. It happens, right? So I like to sleep with a lot of crystals around my bed, or I'll grid the main rooms that I use too. And I really always sleep a lot better when I am sleeping with crystals around me and white lighting myself before bed. Perfect. We're going live in a year. I'll still be here every single day on a loop, right? I'll still be there. I think this kid I'm going to go live with, I think it's only like his third video he did. So I hope he's ready to go live with me. I'm really looking forward to it. I was like, oh, perfect. I'll get you into it. Bo, you want me to get you into videos? See, I would want to do it like, we could do it in the Wii group, right? This is the best place to play practice videos, right? I'm just here anyways. It breaks up my feeds to have people talk with me on here. So you could also use the Wii group to practice going live. I always encourage it because this is like the perfect judgment-free space. It's not like going and trying to talk to your 3D family on your Facebook page or like people you knew your whole life. It's a little bit different energy to practice. More practicing. Talk about your experiences. I stopped talking about the Law of One because I want to talk about my real life and what I'm going through and the things that are working for my ascension and whatever lessons I'm on and whatever. I'd rather just talk about group drama than the law of one, because it is real. It is my truth, and I know it's real. So talk about your experiences. They will help people more than you know, because I've kind of, while my friends are all getting attacked, I went through those same lessons like a year ago on my path. It seems real familiar when I'm observing from far away, like, oh, I did those lessons too. They'll get past it. It's just going to shift them into their real friends and who they should be around. And I'm kind of watching. So, you know, we can notice a synchronicity with the lessons that we go through, and that a lot of people are just getting the lessons that we have mastered and that we've passed by. So it really helps people when we put out just our experiences and what we're going through in our life. Trust the process. Anything negative is just moving you somewhere positive. Drama, negativity of any kind, negative experiences, it's meant to bring a positive outcome. Yep, we're jumping timelines around here. We are. Like crazy ways. I'm jumping one now. That's why I've had Ascension symptoms all week, right? With this storm, I got married. I'm on to my next objective. So, you know, I'm really using this storm to manifest something crazy. So I'm going to have to land on that probability. I'm real focused on it. I spent like all day yesterday thinking about it. Yeah, whatever we're thinking about in our conscious mind goes into our subconscious. Your subconscious programs your entire life experiences. Think about good things and what you want. Your subconscious will create it. Just hearing it over and over. You should be repetitive too. I like to just think about obsessively things I'm working on, like going to the UK. You'll see like flags everywhere and crazy stuff from me, right? So I like to really just think about it repetitively. The subconscious needs repetitiveness. It needs the same kind of things said over and over. It's not like you tell it one time you're trying to manifest, you know, the Malibu vacation and it manifests it. You have to continually kind of be repetitive too. Keep putting vibes out, thoughts out. It's a good time to unplug. I'm going to go off grid. I can't wait. I'm going off grid and then I'm going to work a lot. Monday through whatever. Monday through whatever I feel like it. So I'm going off grid as I can get, right? I can't wait. I'm excited. Mercury retrograde is a good time to spend alone time recharging and connecting with the universe on every level. You can receive a lot of messages and downloads right now. Oh, thank you about loving my pants. Motivation to go do videos. The universe tries to keep me motivated with fun stuff. Yeah, we're going to start doing Christmas now, too. Yup, I already knew it. I was like, well, the two main ones I'm not real into would be Easter. Like Easter of all of them. I'll just say it. I'll skip the memes. But, you know, I'm just not into it. Oh, yeah, so yesterday we had Thanksgiving. So me and Gail decided it's a national dragon holiday today. We're going to make up our own holidays. That if the elite wants to have holidays, maybe the light workers should have our own. We're going to have today be Dragon Day. I forgot. And it's a national holiday around here. Dragon memes are coming. I can't wait. Allie, we need dragon memes, right? We're going to need Allie to make some dragon memes. We can have our own holidays. So a lot of people are having the moon happen now on the other side of the world. I have a lot of Australia people I connect with. A lot of people are having that energy hit now. It's important to remember that the energy is going to continue to intensify till Sunday, though, just because of all the retrogrades and everything going on. And Sunday will be very powerful for manifesting. So I would try to unplug on Sunday and rest and like manifest all day through the weekend if you can again. I'm reading the comments before I get off of here. Yes, go Google stuff. When people ask me questions, a lot of time I don't even respond or have time. I'm just like, roll on. Go to Google. I know that when I woke up, I had to go Google a lot of stuff. I was getting words downloaded like Ascension. That's the first time I ever heard the word Ascension. I downloaded it, and then I would go Google it. I was getting downloads of like words and going and Googling them, and it, you know, was an important time for me to be absorbing information. It really helped wake me up really fast, hearing about this kind of spiritual stuff, like really, really fast. Google. I'm reading the comments. Yeah, we're done with allowing people to manipulate our energy. They need us. Yeah, we allowed the narcissist to come into our life, right? We allowed whatever behavior occurred. We allowed any toxic people to do whatever they were doing. We just need better boundaries. Better boundaries as to what is okay and what is not okay. You're setting the example for how people ever treat you anyway. If people have been treating you badly, stop allowing it on whatever level. So we need to stop allowing people to take our energy, our power, to deplete us. I'm reading. We should be getting happier and happier as we're going through this. I know we're going through these purge cycles, but I know that I'm having extreme states of like euphoria and bliss and things like that at the same time, and really seeing glimpses of that mind state that comes with that. So everyone knows I'm all about inducing natural states of bliss, like doing it through detoxing and meditation and things like that on whatever level. So we can really, you know, create those states of bliss, that nirvana that people talk about. It's really a state of mind. It's a chemical reaction that occurs, you know, within our third eye and our mind and whatever, creating this euphoria. They're always trying to recreate those states of bliss with like designer drugs like MDMA and things like that, but we can achieve those states of bliss completely naturally through, you know, this ascension. It is a hard week. We need to become empowered empaths, right? I was always the pushover, like Mike. Mike's the worst. He'll do anything. Like if I go ask him, he'll do anything. Doesn't matter if he wants to or not. He'll feel bad. And always had to go try to help rescue people in their lessons, and it always goes bad for him. And he's at that state that I really used to be at, you know? We need to learn boundaries with people. We need to stop letting people take advantage of us, take our energy, one-sided relationships, things like that. This is about taking back our power on every level. It's powerful just coming together and talking about manifesting right now, because it's creating so many pathways for us. When I can even bring, I like these videos the best. I've been on here like an hour. And like literally though, I like these feeds the best though. I don't have any the stupid troll problems on my feed, right? I don't have any of that. It's just a lot better. But you know, there's only 28 people on here, but I can reach people in that way, and just putting our energy together to manifest. It's really, really powerful. I'm planting manifesting seeds today. So your subconscious, just listening to me rant for an hour, is already programming you to manifest. It's really powerful, whatever we're putting into our minds right now. So this is a rough year in terms of ascension. We're clearing out a lot of outdated programming. Our energy is changing fast. We keep on getting hit with these energy cycles and energy storms. I don't mess with anything synthetic. That goes in the pharmaceutical category to me, that it was pharmaceutical made. So I'm all about weed, because I was on a lot of pharmaceuticals, and pretty much weed saved my life. I'm not even exaggerating when I said that. I'm one of those people that had real crazy health problems at a young age, and weed really saved my life. So anything synthetic is awful for your body. Synthetic food, GMO food is synthetic. It's awful for your body. Our bodies were made to be organic, to eat organic food, to eat real food. We weren't made for synthetic things. So anything synthetic, pharmaceuticals, drugs of any kind like that, they're going to be really bad for your third eye and for consciousness. So, no synthetic drugs around here. I'm all for the people, my amins. I see them experimenting with mushrooms and with weed, and I'm all for that. Anything organic, go ahead, go play with it. Go try some ayahuasca. Stay away from the LSD, MDMA, designer drugs, government pharmaceuticals, whatever it is. I believe in healing with plants. I would rather have people studying, should we be healing with traumas with mushrooms, rather than Prozac, rather than fluoride. I think that the mushrooms might be more effective than Prozac or whatever, which is liquid fluoride. I don't know. So I'm all for anything holistic. I'm all for more plant medicine around here, and using plants in a shamanically responsible way, things like that. I have a lot of people that were very, without even maybe being aware, triggered off of my Save the Turkey post yesterday. And they come to me with, well, don't plants feel pain too? I'm going to discuss this. Plants don't have a nervous system and brain in the same regard. They're not consciously aware. I think it's important to remember that, not this cycle, but when we entered into awareness, we were animals and plants first. And, you know, animals have an entire brain, and they're consciously aware of what's happening to them. There's a big difference. And eating food that has no conscious awareness, and eating food that is a sentient being and consciously aware. Yes, everything is made of divine energy around here. But you need to understand that these are animals that feel, and they're raised in a lot of pain, bad conditions, right? You want to talk slavery, bad conditions, and there's no real humane way to kill animals. Someone's like, well, what about the natives and the hunting and things like that? I don't know. The people are on their spiritual path no matter what, but the new 5D bodies won't be able to run on that kind of food. You may as well just do yourself a favor, because otherwise you can't really level up as high as you need to. Like in my world, everything is frequency. If you look at Tesla, he would teach you that if you want to know about the universe, that you want to think in terms of energy and frequency, and that's exactly everything that I'm into. Everything is frequency. Your food, your house, everything around you, and you're absorbing those frequencies. They are becoming you. If you are married to a toxic person, you are becoming toxic on whatever level. So everything is about frequency. We don't want to eat dead frequency, dead energy. I don't care what people do. It's not going to really affect me too much more than, everything happening with consciousness around here. I mean, take a look at the collective. Seriously, I don't really care, but I try to teach Ascension. I try to teach Ascension. So I know that people are real disconnected, because, I mean, if you're a farmer and you're killing animals, that can't be the most high vibe experience to be experiencing. It's probably going to weigh down your frequency on some regard. I know people do that for a job around here, but it's probably not going to be the most high vibrational job for you. It's probably going to have an effect on your energy too. People are coming to me, well, what about, humanely doing this? I don't know that there's a humane way to kill. So we need to have respect for all life on this planet, because we're going to need to save the animals too. I know a lot of light workers that do that. Not me. I'm all for it. But it's not my particular mission. But there are a lot of light workers where that's their mission. To bring awareness to our food. And the ways that it's being prepared and things like that. That's just me. It was one way that I took my energy from a violet flame aura, a purple aura, to a rainbow aura. Real fast. It was like overnight. So it's one way that you can drastically change your energy and what you're putting into your body. Just like a relationship, you'll do a meat detox if you quit eating meat. You can expect to go ahead and detox for like 6 months. Coming off the meat too, it's like a drug, right? When relationships and your food become a drug. So you can expect a detox too. It's just about frequency. If you're putting dense, dead energy, food into your body, it's going to weigh down your frequency. We need to vibrate higher, and the new body types aren't going to be able to handle it in the same type of way. I don't know if people are aware of that. It's just things that you could do to make your ascension easier at some point. You're continually getting rid of things not serving you at your own pace. We don't do this ascension overnight. That's why everyone wants this event now. Well, yeah, it's happening all around us, but the reason why it's taking so much time is it's taking people time to get rid of the garbage that doesn't belong in the fifth dimension at their own pace around here. So things that you can do to really change your entire frequency and your entire reality. It's bad for your third eye. Meat has chemicals in it. Those animals have hormones, right? Similar to us probably. They have hormones, they have chemicals being released in their blood. The second those animals were slaughtered and dead, a whole bunch of fear and stress hormones were released when they were killed. And that's the state of the food when you're eating it. When you put those into your body, it shuts down your third eye. It really affects your third eye, because you're flooding your body with these hormones that your brain would make when you were in like a fight or flight stress type of situation. So it's going to affect the chemicals in your body on every level, and the chemicals being produced in your brain. I see meat as the worst weapon being used against humanity. That GMOs and meat and some of the things they're doing with our food are pretty much like, weapons. I don't know. I'm into detoxing too. I really encourage people to take chlorella and turmeric. You are not going to be able to ascend with metals in your body. It's all about frequency, right? If you're weighed down with metals, you're not going to be able to ascend back to the higher dimensions. So detoxing is very important too. It's an important part of this. It's a huge component. It's pretty much everything I'm about, right? Take your vitamins, more herbs. I really like apple cider vinegar to detox. It's cold and flu season. If you guys get a cold or ascension flu, take some apple cider vinegar. It'll really knock out any kind of sickness really fast. More detoxing agents. What else is bad for your frequency? The love bites, the toxic narcissists, the family members that are taking your power since you were born. Like, those things are real bad for your frequency. Negative thinking, awful for your frequency. Every thought has a frequency, right? Are you guys thinking high vibe thoughts or low vibe thoughts? Every thought is putting a frequency out into that continuum that's coming back to you. So, you know, negative thinking can be really bad for the body too. It makes us sick. I put up a meme that DM posted that I saw in the detox group, and it was talking about how if you're in a relationship with a narcissist, you'll tend to get autoimmune problems. Your body will begin to attack itself. Yes, if you're in a toxic relationship, it could go for family member. If you had childhood trauma, your body will tend to attack itself. We have mirror neurons in the brain. Your brain can't tell the difference between you hating the narcissist and hating yourself, or you hating your toxic family member and hating yourself on any level. It's awful for the body. Any type of stress stops us from growing. So they love to keep humanity in this perpetual state of fear and stress because it stops us from evolving spiritually. People are in that fight or flight state. They are not going to grow. Yes, more herbs, more things like that. More turmeric for flu season, right? Let's see. I see the comments. Children don't need to be detoxed. You guys need to be like your children. They're at much higher frequencies, believe it or not. If you look at their energy, they're always your future state. Trust me on that. It's like your parents are your past hitting you with karma to clear, and your kids are like your future ideal state. So the kids don't need detox. Yes, they're getting vaccinated and all the same garbage, but they're delicate. That's why they should not be vaccinating them and filling them full of mercury, because they're so delicate. You shouldn't even be giving them herbs in the same sense like we would take them. So I always say just to give them turmeric powder form, like in their food, like organic turmeric. That's really the only thing you should be doing for kids, aside from like salt baths with lavender oil, which is a really good detoxing agent for kids. They need salt baths too. I tend to hit level 500 if I don't have enough salt baths. Half mermaid. The kids are too. They're taking on energies more than you guys are as these empaths. So they really are like sponges, and they're soaking up everything around them. If they're having level 500s or issues at school, meltdowns, behavior problems, they're absorbing energy from the adults around them. It could be their teachers, kids at school, whatever it is. More salt. Elderberry gummies. I love it. These space kids should never eat meat. No starseed should. Any kid born under the age of, we could say 10 just to make it clear, but like really, come on. After the 70s, it's pretty much all starseeds coming into this planet. Meat is awful for starseeds. We're vibrating on different frequencies. We are receivers between Earth and space. We're galactic channels. We need to be vibrating much higher than the rest of humanity too. In any channeling I've ever read, like the Law of One, they would say that, you know, meat is awful, get rid of the meat. Every person they were healing that was a starseed, they would tell them, it's your food, making you sick. So we need to be on our original galactic frequencies, which are much higher than the rest of the planet. Things that you can do to raise your frequency on every level. I always say, me and my vegan roommate in California would say that if you're going to eat meat, eat less of it. Start to eat more vegetables. Literally, sorry, the new bodies are going to need more vegetables and fruits and things like that. And people are not eating enough fruit anyway, or they wouldn't have cancer everywhere. Right? They wouldn't have cancer everywhere. So we need more fruits and vegetables. Those are full of life force energy, living energy, consciousness energy, right? That is living. You kill an animal that is conscious, it kills their energy, dead energy. So try to remove. You can get fake chicken nuggets for the kids. You can get fake corn dogs or whatever you feed them, right? They have so many options now with everyone awakening and getting back to different kinds of foods. They do have a lot of options. Give them more mac and cheese, less chicken nuggets. They will vibrate a lot higher. They will be more creative. They will be happier kids. I've done very real research personally with children. I work with space kids a lot. I love kids. And where they would be way happier, better adjusted, eating organic food. So try to not give them processed food too. You never know what is in processed food. The problem is that food's easier to cook, right? Yeah, America's real lazy. You can just go to Burger King and go get some fast food, right? You can go ahead and make this stuff real easy. So, you know, that kind of food with processed food, you never know what's really in it. So I always say, well, kids, cut up some fruit and vegetables, buy healthy snacks so they can just grab them, right? If they're hungry, cut up some fruit for the week, right? Cut up a bunch of fruit for the week for your kids. Space kids should be eating fruit. Like, my friend's like, what do space kids eat? I said, I think fruit. What do you feed space kids? Fruit. Swear. More fruit. These kids need a ton of fruit. They don't really like vegetables, a lot of them, right, kids? More fruit for the space kids. Not even joking. They will vibrate so much higher eating lighter foods. It's all frequency and vibration. Cut up fruit. Have healthy snacks. Even like cheese and crackers. That's why I've been vegan, vegetarian, whatever, my whole life, back and forth. I grew up with those options as well. And I'm into giving space kids cheese. Give them cheese and crackers. Give them snacks that they can eat. That's why I don't recommend raising space kids vegan. I will probably keep them with more options just so they have a better, well-rounded diet. You can do what you want. They're your kids. But give them snack options. Quick snacks, healthy snacks. Just stop buying the GMO snacks. Buy healthy snacks. That's easy to give them and stuff like that. Yep. Healthy cheeses. Healthy cheeses, right? Organic stuff. Space kids need organic food. Do not give them the aluminum cereal. I'm sorry, that's the biggest war on your children will be the cereal. Oh my god. Roundup cereal. You see aluminum being put in the Frosted Flakes and things like that. Do not give space kids that generic sugar cereal unless you want them eating aluminum. It's the biggest war. It's all the food that they like, right? The cereal bars and the cereal in the main stores, not good for space kids. If you guys are in the US, try to grocery shop at places like Trader Joe's. Or, you know, avoid Whole Foods too, because they're always in the news for their poison food. Try to go to like somewhere like Trader Joe's or somewhere organic or whatever, where you can get cheaper organic food. So, the biggest problem with everyone being sick is our food. I grew up eating all GMO food. I had cancer by the time I was 15 years old. I just throw that out there. Someone's like, oh, I was fine eating that food. I was like, I wasn't. So it's like playing Russian roulette with your kid. Maybe they'll be fine. They might just not get sick till they're older, right? But GMO food has zero life force energy in it. So it's food-like products. We eat it. And then you get sick because you need food with life force energy to pretty much survive around here. So no GMO food. Local food. Juices. Give them more water and juices. Tons of juice. They should live on fruit, like I said. Live on fruit juices without the sugar. Get some organic juices for them, right? Kids need juice. And a bunch of fruit all the time. You want to grow healthy kids? Your kid is like an empty vessel. And you're going to fill it with whatever it's going to end up with, right? As you're creating a child. So you probably want to fill them with organic food, fruit, vegetables, spiritual knowledge, crystals, consciousness. You want to fill them with good things. You know what I mean? I see a lot of people that are putting drugs into their body and shitty food. And, you know, I'm all about putting herbs, vitamins, organic food into my body, spiritual knowledge, things like that. So we want to put better things into our mind and our body around here. Those kids are the future of humanity. Yeah, we're just kind of paving the way for the work they will do later. And the people that are awake parenting, you guys are guardians of the greatest asset this planet has. There will be a great interest in vaccinating these children, medicating them. They will probably be singled out and targeted within their school systems as soon as they hit school age and are inserted into these systems, because they're expert level system busters in every regard. And so a lot of times there's a lot of pressure for people to be vaccinating them, giving them medications, whatever comes with all of that. You guys are supposed to be protecting these kids. That's why you guys know vaccines are bad for you. They shouldn't be doing this, and you guys are learning this stuff so that you guys can raise these kids the right way. Yep, food has so much to do with it. I'm always saying that if you want to heal, get rid of the toxins. Well, there's a lot of toxins in GMO food. A lot of people get cancer from meat. Hate to say it, right? Because it's acidic. We need to alkalize our body. Disease cannot live in an alkalized body. Eat a ton of fruits and vegetables, you'll never be sick. Swear. Top reasons to go vegetarian. You'll get more vegetables. You'll be eating more vegetables, clearly. Top reasons, right? we got programmed to eat garbage food. It tastes better a lot of the time. You know, they put their little aborted fetus flavoring in it and all their magic concoctions. And a lot of times GMO food tastes better. It looks better. You go to buy the GMO apple, it looks better than the regular apple. So we've been trained and programmed to buy and pick that kind of food. It's like any other bad habit. You have to reprogram it. I had a hard time having kids to work with that ate nothing but GMO garbage food their entire life, and trying to shift these kids to organic, healthy food. They want the garbage food is really addictive. It has very addictive ingredients in it. So these kids get addicted to the garbage food and then have really bad eating habits later on in life when they're adults. They'll be on the same kind of garbage and they'll crave it. It's like sugar lights up your brain in addictive areas. You can get hooked on and addicted to sugar. So I had these kids and they ate the worst food, and I'm trying to shift them to like healthy stuff, and it was so hard. So it's easier if you just kind of adopt these these habits earlier on, rather than trying to get these kids off of addictive TV and garbage food. The TV was bad too. They were addicted to the television cartoons they were watching they look good. If you're a parent and you're checking out what your kid's watching, they look great, but it's subconscious programming. Just like any kind of television is, right? It's a programming. And it really is. So they appear to be good. The parent will just see them watching some ABC thing, but there's programming that lies underneath that a lot of the time. So people become addicted to really bad television programs too, like on every level. Kids, it can be hard to break those habits. If I had a kid, there's no way in hell they would be watching anything other than the Spirit Science channel. They wouldn't even know television existed, I swear. They can watch, so if you have kids, I really highly recommend the Spirit Science channel on YouTube. They have so many videos, but they're ones you can watch with the kids that'll be interesting to you too, and they will learn so much. It will help shape their reality about, you know, the actual history of humanity and how things work around here. And it's all about consciousness. They're all cartoons. So if you guys are conscious parenting, go watch the Spirit Science channel with these kids. They'll really absorb this stuff fast. It'll help get them into crystals and all this stuff. So, watch out what you're putting into these kids' consciousness. You know, sometimes you're just letting them watch the ABC cartoon, and, you know, it's kind of elite programming. We don't realize that. I grew up watching the Disney Channel, and I can only describe it like MK Ultra. MK Ultra, that is programming these kids with the programs that they're watching on television, and it's really shaping their reality and their constructs of it and what they think reality is like watching these television shows. So, Gaia TV for kids, yes. More consciousness stuff. Be careful what you're letting them watch. I can tell that television can impact my dream state. Yeah, I've noticed that. I could watch a crazy movie or something, right? And it might give you crazy dreams. They actually are affecting your subconscious, whatever you're putting into it and watching. And it can really affect your dream state and your reality, whatever you're putting into that. So, better television for the space kids, better food for them. Yeah, they'll want to eat the meat. They're hooked on it, right? They'll want the chicken nuggets. They won't want the vegetables. Trust me on that. So it takes work to really reprogram them with their eating habits, just like an adult, too. Daughter not vaccinating. Yes. I know. I love it. I love it. I did a reading with her, and I was talking about her daughter making organic food for the kids and how awesome it is. Because that's what these kids need on every level. You will grow healthy minds that way through healthy bodies. If kids are, you know, eating fear energy in the meat and stuff like that, it's going to make them more moody, more, you know, unbalanced energetically. Targeted, labeled autistic. Oh, God, we've never seen statistics like this since they came out with Adderall and Ritalin for the ADHD batch of starseeds, right? And now we see autism for the new batches of crystal children. These crystal children are not even in our world, probably. They're like me, right? They're in the other dimensions. They don't even want to be here. Sorry, they're astral traveling out of the office, not around, right? They're just enjoying the other energies and higher dimensions. They don't want to be here either. They know how to disconnect real easy. They have their own sets of abilities. I had the nerve to ask a psychiatrist once. I love enlightened conversations. I asked him if maybe, he said he was an ADHD specialist. I had the nerve to ask him, did he ever see special characteristics in these kids? Like they might have, you know, abilities. And he looked at me horrified, and how dare I suggest that, right? They are troubled children. They're troubled children with a medical diagnosis, right? They are labeled ADHD. How dare I ask that? Planting seeds. So these kids have different abilities. Indigos are non-compliant. Well, how do you get the ADHD label? Telling your teachers to fuck off, refusing to sit in class, running around the classroom. Well, they're expert level system busters, these indigos. They're supposed to go bust up corrupt systems. They see things occurring around them. They don't like it, and that's their job. They've been activated. If you look at the ADHD characters, a lot of them are non-compliant. Not following orders, not following the lessons, not listening. Well, for me, my non-compliance mode is only activated when I'm being treated unfairly, unfair things are occurring around me, corrupt systems, right? Things like that. I'm usually real compliant unless I don't need to be. So they're being activated for service at a very young age, being inserted into these schools and these places. You know, they have, a lot of these kids have wake parents. And they're going to go bring their crystals to school and talk to other kids about weird stuff like Reiki and healing with your hands. So these kids are doing their light work now, being inserted into these schools too. It's helping throw everything out of whack around here. Everyone's too comfortable with this version of reality, so it's helping kind of throw things out in the air around here. Yeah, these schools don't know how to teach. They know they're sitting there being taught lies too. They're coming from high levels of consciousness, so they have good built-in radar bullshit detectors. They can tell when people are lying to them. They can tell things aren't clicking. They're not resonating. Their school is not resonating with them. Because you know what? It's exciting to learn. I love playing school with you guys, right? It's exciting. We can learn new things. You actually get a dopamine high when you're learning something new ever. The universe loves to learn. So, you know, when kids hate school, red flags. Red flags. They should be having like... I see with his witch shows he watches, these kids go to magic school. They're like all gifted and they're in magic school. I think all kids should go to magic school and be learning cool stuff like that, right? They're teaching them like spiritual protection in magic school and how to defend against dark spells and how to levitate and do crazy things, right? I think all kids should be in magic school. So the fact that the kids are not resonating with these schools tells you a lot. They're not going to be reprogrammable. I'm sorry, they're trying to reprogram me to be in the UK enslavement program, and it's not going to happen. So these teachers are trying to indoctrinate these children, and it's not going to happen. A lot of, like Pisces, it's not going to work. The illusion doesn't work on a lot of Pisces, right? It's not going to happen. They're not going to be reprogrammable. They're going to be really, like, able to see through it. So they have a hard time trying to reprogram indigos. They're trying to indoctrinate them and enslave them and reprogram them. They're not complying. They're not doing their lessons. They're running around. You know, whatever it is. Emotional and sensitive. All of these crystal children are. Most of the children that, like I said, are under the age of 10 are crystal children. I know there's indigos too. But indigos often get confused as... crystals often get confused as indigos too because they're very sensitive and emotional. So sometimes they'll, flip out, go level 500, and you'll think they're an indigo with how they respond to you. But they're much more energetically sensitive. Like I said, they're like sponges. These kids need a ton of salt. Worse than us. Because they're going into a school with so many kids too, right? So many energies. I always say schools are like entity playgrounds too. They start our spiritual training really young. So these kids are helping shift this frequency too. That list of 144,000 light workers includes these kids. Whether people are aware of it or not. These kids are always way more evolved than you. Look at your parents. Look at the consciousness difference. There's probably an extreme consciousness difference. These kids are really, the future state of our souls. Everyone else is you having the same experience in this matrix. So we're continually colliding with our past lives, past experiences, and our future ones as well. School is not resonating. I feel very ripped off for the education that I got because I paid for a lot of it myself, like going to college, and I feel very ripped off. I had to unlearn everything that I ever learned, and the only good thing I got out of it was learning how to write like 50-page papers, writer training, like on stupid topics, like, and I didn't learn anything that I learned medically too. I had to unlearn and learn the real way, like in an energy sense. College is the biggest scam there is. And it takes up a lot of government funding and a lot of government money. You notice the government's involved in anything that's hella cash, right? So the American dream, you go to school, and if you're lucky, you go to college and you get a job. And if you go to college, you get a better job. They sell you on that. They forget to tell you like the $100,000 that you'll be in debt and how you'll be paying back student loans probably for the rest of your life for this education that's completely worthless. They make a joke about it with the graduation caps too. They have a Masonic, you know, semblance with that graduation cap where they used it to make fun of people. I feel like you just get ego programming. That's all I got out of it, was more ego programming when I went to college. Just more indoctrination, more, you know, thinking you're better than people because you have a college degree, whatever comes with it. That's really all they get out of it. I always say that these doctors and dentists and people that are dispensing medications have little understanding of the human body and how things actually work. Just trust me on that. We're the same energy experiencing itself. I have to collide with Holly to know myself. Sorry, it would just be kind of boring if it was the universe playing with itself, right? It needs to see itself in another. So, you know, we can't, we're in this state of separation because, you know, our subconscious is shut off from us on every level. But trust me, we're just exploring ourselves around here always. It's just a journey into self. We're in the underworld too. Probably why I see all the group drama. We're in the underworld too, like on every level. We are exploring the subconscious right now. That's why the dream state is very important in our subconscious programming. We're continuing our journey through that underworld, you know, before we come to that rebirth and renewal of spring. So we're getting rid of the dead things in our life. Yep, I still have student loans too. I don't want to even go there. They go in my fuck off pile of my email. Sorry, I'm a UK citizen now. Nice, good luck with that. Yeah, so I just look at it like a scam too. I just, my family was all about education and, you know, all about trying to fit me in their little mold of what they wanted me to do with my life and all that stuff. And, you know, I was just made for something different than all that. So I really, you don't want to be telling these kids that they can be doctors when they grow up. That they can go to college for 8 years and be a doctor and be dispensing medications. You need to tell these kids that they're healers, that they heal people with their hands, and that that's what they do. They're light workers. And that's going to be so much better than the programming we went through, thinking we were limited and, you know, whatever it was. If someone would have told you guys you were healers a long time ago, it would have really woken you up faster. They go in the fuck, do not fuck with pile, right? Do not bother me. They ripped me off. My school actually ripped off a lot of my student loan money too. That's why I actually left school at the end. Like I was finishing up, like I did a couple degree programs, like and got degrees, and I was finishing up my last one. And they ripped off my student loan money. They took more than they were supposed to, and I had a dispute with them, and Mike had to go screenshot my whole account and blah, blah, blah. And, like, honestly, they just kind of got away with it and fucked me. Put more money on what I owed. And so I ended up leaving that school, too. So I went to several colleges. I have good perspective on it. And you know what? I'm a system buster. I was inserted in these places so I could see how they operate so that we can dismantle them. So just ego programming, like, seriously. I didn't learn anything the entire time I went to school there. I had to unlearn anything I ever learned. It just made it worse to deprogram myself. The more education you get, probably the more deprogramming you have to do. So, guess what? I didn't have to go to college to do this job. There's no college requirements to be a healer. Sorry to be the ones to tell you guys. So, you know, they just put you through that ego programming. And honestly, a lot of the people that went to college make the same, a little bit more than the people who didn't. And like, really, like, let's get real. A lot of them are working worse jobs. Right? They're working the same shit job you found. They should just tell you when you're a kid, you're going into prison planet when you're old enough. You're going to have a job you probably hate. You may as well just get used to working shit jobs now. You can go to college, but you're probably still going to get a shit job with a shit employer that's going to power drama you or whatever it is. We need to prepare these kids. They are healers. They're light workers. The hope of humanity. Okay, I'm getting off of here. I don't need any, I don't want any matrix services. I've made it real clear. I don't want any government services. I don't want any services of any kind anymore. I'm unplugged. I'm done. Yep, the indigos are us. I was born in 81. 80s. It's really when it influx. You'll see the people from a lot of starseeds came from the 70s, the 80s, and the 90s in here and are continuing to, I believe that only service of other people incarnated into this planet after a certain point in the 70s or 80s. That every person that was born in here after that is very service of others in whatever regard and here as a light worker and a starseed. So it's important to know that, you know, if you guys have kids, that's them. That they're coming from more higher and higher states of consciousness as this goes on. We're supposed to be the warriors. Quadruple Taurus, right? I'm supposed to be the warrior that will pave the way for these children, you know? So, there really was like a battle with us awakening. It will be much smoother by the time that they get to do their missions and things like that. So we're really battling a lot of others' darkness around us and doing this purge and facilitating with it. So by the time that they're on their missions, humanity will be at a much lighter place for them. So we're doing the hard work as indigos. An indigo soul has galactic frequencies. Indigo is a very galactic color. A lot of you guys can see when I'm channeling my aura that turns very blue. So we needed to bring these space galactic frequencies to this planet to make way for those rainbow souls. I'm going to go on that note.